Welcome into episode 137 of the Jake Boucher Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. As in today's episode, I'm going to dive into actually a tweet that I posted yesterday that I posted on Instagram and LinkedIn, those platforms as well. And I also did TikTok to it as well. So one tweet, it resulted in that many pieces of content. And this piece of content, this podcast episode, which will result in double-digit pieces of content. So that one tweet is actually going to equal probably 30 to 40 different pieces of content when it's all said and done. So that's pretty good. So that shows you how easy it is to make content. So there's no excuses out there. But the tweet basically said there's power in doing the things that you don't want to do, which I thought about yesterday before I hit send. I was like, it just randomly crossed my mind because I was doing something that I didn't want to do, but I know I needed to do in order to get where I'm going, in order to reach my goals one day. And I think that's something that not a lot of people grasp, is that doing the things that you don't want to do is telling you that you probably should be doing those things because they're required to get where you're going. I'm going to use a few examples. So, I have a fear of public speaking. I probably mentioned it on this podcast before. I have a fear of public speaking. And I knew the only way I'm going to get over that fear, and I knew the only way that I'm going to get where I'm going is to actually put myself out there and join a public speaking club and do that action. I don't want to do public speaking. I don't want to. I don't want to join this club. I didn't want to join this club. I didn't know what to expect. Everybody there was a stranger to me. I'm an introvert. I think I'm elevating to more towards being in the middle of extrovert and introvert. As time goes on, the more comfortable I get with other people and strangers. So, I didn't want to do public speaking, but I knew it's something I had to do in order to get where I'm going. So that's an example for me. An example for you out there, maybe you want to lose weight. The only way you're going to lose weight is if you start working out and eating healthier. And you're probably not going to want to do it at first. That's why you're in the position where you want to lose weight in the first place, because you didn't want to work out. You didn't want to put the work in. You don't want to start eating healthier. And once you finally have it click in your brain, it's like, oh, in order to have myself lose weight, I actually have to work out and eat healthier. And you don't want to do it. And that's why you procrastinate. And then finally gets to the point, it's like, okay, I just got to do this and suck it up and do this. And you do. You eventually just take that. You get out of bed one morning and you put your shoes on. You go to the gym or you work out. And you instead of eating, I don't know, like a whole pizza to yourself, you eat like 5 broccoli instead. I don't know, just an example. But that's something you didn't want to do at first, but you knew you had to do it in order to reach your goals one day. So you see where I'm getting at? There's a power in doing the things that you don't want to be doing. There is. If you can accomplish that feat, if you can accomplish getting out of bed in the morning, putting your shoes on, driving to the gym, getting an hour workout in, and then coming home and eating healthy, if you can do that for one day and you feel good about yourself, your body feels good. It's like, oh man, that feels good. The soreness from working out feels good. I want to do it more. And then the next day you wake up, you go to the gym, you follow the same routine, and you start building momentum that way. And then then it becomes a habit. It becomes an addiction at one point in time. Like going to the gym for me, working out, it's an addiction for me. I do it 5 days every single week for the last almost 2 months at this point. 5 days every single week, 5 days in a row. And when I don't work out, let's say if I miss a day where my body clock expects me to be working out. So if I miss, let's say Tuesday in the middle of the week, my body's gonna be like, Jake, you gotta work out. Like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like I'm doing something right that day. You will get to that point, and then it becomes, instead of something that you don't want to be doing, it becomes something that you need to and want to be doing because you know it makes you feel better. And you know it's bringing you from point A to point B, which is Over at point B, that's where my goals are. And you know that by doing that action, you're going to get there one day, slow and steady. So doing the things you don't want to be doing is just so beneficial. It's for self-improvement. The only way you're going to self-improve is doing the things you don't want to be doing. Doing the things that make you uncomfortable. Doing the things that you're scared of. That's how you're going to improve over time. And you just got to stick to it. It just takes that one day. And then you make it 2 days in a row. And then you make it 3 days in a row. And then eventually it's going to become just second nature to you. And I think there's so many people that make excuses like, oh, I don't have enough time. I've done that. I used to do that for years. And then I finally got to the point, it's like, no, there's plenty of time. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Why is someone who's super successful? It's because they used their time wisely. They did the things that they didn't want to do to get where they are. Like, for example, one of my favorite entrepreneurs in the world is Grant Cardone, who's a real estate mogul, sales mogul, everything. He's just everywhere. It's interesting because he got started out in car dealership, being a salesman at a car dealership, and he hated sales. He still hated sales, but he forced himself to get into sales because he knew that's where the financial freedom was. He knew that's what he wanted to do to get where he was going one day, which is where he's at right now, and a super successful entrepreneur. He knew that's what he needed to do. And that's for pretty much every single successful person you see. They did the things that they didn't want to do in order to get where they're going. Okay? That formula is very simple. It just is laid out right there. It's just a matter of mind over matter and just sucking it up and doing it and making a habit. That's what it comes down to in the grand scheme of things. I say this all the time, but you have one life. So it's a matter if you actually want to accomplish these goals and do the things that you don't want to do because you know that they will be beneficial to getting you from point A to point B. It's just a matter of like, okay, I know I'm going to have to do these things eventually because I'm serious about reaching my goals. Then that's what you got to do. You got to suck it up. Put your 2 feet in the ground and get after it. You have this one life. Like, I think I've finally come to terms like that I have one life and I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to live with regret when I'm 80 years old. Like, I'm on this planet for 80 to 100 years. Like, I'm not wasting any more time. I'm just going to do the things I want to do to get where I'm going. And that includes the things I don't want to do, which is public speaking club, practicing public speaking, doing stuff that makes me uncomfortable, which is reaching out to business owners and asking them to meet. That makes me uncomfortable, but it's something I know I got to do. It's something I don't want to do, but know I have to do because that's what's going to help me get from where I am right now to my goals one day. I mean, you got to make connections, and the only way to make connections is to talk to people and get out of your comfort zone. So do the things that you don't want to do because that's how you're going to get to your goals. And I think it really boils down to the question is, do you want to accomplish your goals more so than doing the things you don't want to do? I think you phrase it like this for this question. Do you want to accomplish your goals more so than not doing the things that you don't want to do but know you need to do? If your desire for your goal outweighs your resistance to doing the things that make you comfortable and doing the things that you don't want to do, then you're going to reach your goals one day. I mean, once that clicks in your brain, that's when everything opens up. It's opened up for me like crazy because I know I got to do the things I don't want to do to get where I'm going. And that's why I am putting myself out there for my fears and just diving headfirst at my fears and doing those things because I know that they're needed for my future goals. That's a wrap up this episode. Very, very quick and to the point, and I hope this was valuable to you. I mean, there's a lot you could take from this. This might be one of those ones that you go back and rewind and, watch or listen to again, because there's a lot of information there. And, I think once it finally clicks with you that, okay, like shit, like I got to do the things I don't want to do to get where I'm going. That's when you're going to see progress. And if you can accomplish doing one thing you don't want to be doing but know you need to do, that will snowball into a second thing, then a third thing, and then a fourth thing, and then a fifth thing. If you just stay consistent and realize that this is all for the future betterment of yourself, have it click in your head, and everything is just gonna snowball beautifully after that. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode. It truly means so much to me. I mean, the least you can do is leave this video a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel down below by hitting that big red button. I mean, I got a lot of various content on that YouTube channel, so it would mean a lot to me. Turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever there's a new video as soon as it is posted. Subscribe to the podcast, review it on whatever podcast platform you listen to this show on. And I mean, if I've ever given you value, that's the least you can do for me, and it would just be truly humbling to me to know that I impacted you in some way, shape, or form. So again, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 137, and I will see you for episode 138. Thank you.